Hello, Rescuing a Spanish Guitar Part 2. I've decided to do something about the neck, which is seriously bowed, and I'm going to use a method which I've used now successfully on about 4 guitars, which is just heating and clamping. So let's get on with that. I'm trying to get heat to the majority of the neck and fingerboard, because the glue joint between the fingerboard and neck is one of the things that needs to give slightly under the clamping pressure. Hello again. So after my heating and clamping, the neck is most definitely straighter. It still has a certain amount of relief, which is fine, but yeah, it's a lot straighter. And now I've lowered the action probably a millimetre, which is not a lot, but it's better than nothing. And I'm shying away from doing a neck reset on this because it's just as much work as doing a neck reset on an expensive guitar, but it just might not be worth it. And it plays. I mean, so there are a couple of things I'm going to do which just needs. The first one is to remove the more crusty bits of whatever the finish is that are left using denatured alcohol. Just finish that job of cleaning it up. And I've discovered if you hold it up against the light, you can see just a sliver of light from the inside coming through where the back crack has been fixed, but not fixed quite well enough. So I've been cleaning out this crack, and I'm now going to force in there some tight bond using a suction cup. And once I've done that, that'll be the end of this video. Not sure how much more work I'm going to put into this. Okay, so here is the suction cup I'm going to use to push in a certain amount of glue to this crack. I'm not going to do it too persistently because I don't want globules of glue inside the guitar, so I'm just going to have to judge it. And I'm using Titebond Original. I considered using hide glue, but this is so much easier, and it's not, as I say, a high quality guitar, so I'm not going to worry too much about minor effects on the sound. So spread the glue on first. It's quite a long crack, but only part of it lets light through. So here we go. So the suction cup puts pressure on pushing the glue in, and then as you lift it, sucks it back out again. So you do this a few times to sort of work the glue in to the places where it will go. I should have said as well that I am going to have to clamp this because the two halves of the crack are not quite level with each other. So I'm going to have to clamp more on the inboard part of the crack than on this side. So that's, I'm going to call that enough, and clean up the suction cup quickly. I'll wash that upstairs in the sink, and let's wipe off all this excess, and there's a lot of it. Probably going to do this by using a bit of water as well. Okay, so it's starting to set off slightly. So I'll move on to a fresh cloth and a bit of water. Actually quite surprising how quickly that felt like it was setting off. Hardening to go tacky. Okay, and now some clamping. The smaller one first. So I have ready a piece of wood to put the pressure on the right part of the guitar, and a piece to go underneath, just to prevent any damage to the top. That's it. Actually, I think one clamp is going to be enough. Doesn't need a lot of pressure because it's a very thin wood. How does that feel? It feels like I've done it, like I've evened it up. Maybe even back it off slightly. Yeah, that's going to be enough. Just a little bit more cleanup. So the crack is now properly fixed and you can't see light through it. So I'm happy with that. The guitar has strings. And it's sort of usable. So I think I'm filming this with my mobile phone because the camera up there, once again the card is full and I haven't had a chance to get everything off it to free up some space. So yeah, that's the end of this two-part pair of videos on rescuing this 100-year-old Spanish guitar, which I've done a little bit of research on, and the maker, Manuel, what is it? I'll have to try and see it. Velasco, Manuel Velasco. It turns out it's a bit of a scam. There is no Manuel Velasco in Madrid. The forums seem to think that these guitars were made in Valencia, or somewhere in southern Spain, and were sold in Europe by a German company. They were certainly made in Spain, but not just for the Spanish market. And I don't know, they must have thought that having a Madrid address was in some way prestigious in those days. Guitarras y bandurias, guitars and bandurians. Manuel Velasco. There's even a street name there in Madrid. But apparently they were not made in Madrid. You see there are cleats on the centre seam of this guitar. It's made from the top, sorry, the back. We're looking at the inside of the back there. It's made from 3 or 4 pieces. It may have been cleated from the original build. I don't know. But they're very, very old cleats. Okay, thank you for watching. Goodbye.